Welcome back to the channel, lads. It's episode 23 of our Blackburn Rovers career mode. It's season finale of our second season as well. We are in the top four in the Premier League, and we have got an FA Cup finals here against one of the best teams in the world, and certainly the best team in the Premier League right now, Manchester City. They're not in a good run of form though, both on the game and in real life. I think they've lost their last two games against they've lost against Brentford, as well as losing to West Ham United, if I'm not mistaken, their last two games. In real life, they have lost their last four for the first time in Pep Guardiola's career as well. It's interesting, isn't it? Losing to Tottenham, losing to Sporting Lisbon in the Champions League, losing to Bournemouth and Brighton in the Premier League in real life. It's not the most confident Manchester City side, I've got to say right now, but we do know they have got a lot of quality in that team. And to win this game, to lift this trophy, we have got to be in full focus today. We cannot make any mistake, otherwise we will get punished. But straight after that, we've got our next Premier League game against Arsenal, a team that are second in the Premier League right now, and 5 points behind league leaders Liverpool. And with 2 games to go, that means they've still got a shout to win the Premier League, and that makes that game a really tough one for us. And our final game of the season against a Chelsea side that are just about in the top half of the Premier League right now, 9th in the division, I believe. That would be a tough game for us as well. But at the moment, it's all focused on Manchester City. After this game, we can start worrying about our next couple of games. If we can win a trophy this season, man, I will be the happiest person in the world. But without further ado, let's get into this one. You know, to go to Wembley once this season, it's big for us. But to go to Wembley twice, semi-finals and the finals of the FA Cup, man, that is massive. And why do we have the Premier League trophy there? Some of the glitches in this game, man. I can't believe we're going into arguably one of the biggest games in the history of Blackburn Rovers, and the trophy, they brought the wrong trophy to the stadium. These things need to be fixed, man. How much are we paying for this game year after year for easy things like this to not be fixed? It's almost like they don't care, do they? They don't care. It's the FA Cup finals and the Premier League trophy, the Premier League title is in the stadium. Say we win this, we're going to end up lifting the Premier League title rather than the FA Cup. But anyway, our starting 11 there, as strong as possible as we can go for this game. I've gone with Nene and Dolan up front and Buckley in that number 10 position, you know, just so we can tighten things up in that midfield and make life as difficult as possible for Manchester City. They've still got Memphis Depay up front. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I have checked, because the few times that we have faced City, they haven't had Erling Haaland. Well, it turns out he's ruptured his Achilles, which will put him out for 6 to 8 months, I believe. I don't think he's going to be ready for the start of next season for Manchester City either. And that's big for them, you know. And they've got Memphis Depay playing up front. And honestly, defending against Depay is so much easier. I mean, our first few games that we played against City, we saw what Haaland did to us. Anytime he gets a chance, it's like, bang, it's almost guaranteed he's going to score. But we're keeping possession nicely here. City have come into this game defending from the start. Is it going to continue like this for the rest of the game? I don't think so. But whilst we have possession, we could try and do something there. Straight into the hands of Edison. Rodri to Savinho. It will be much more difficult defending against Savinho compared to Jack Grealish. I've got to say, Callum Britton have done quite well there, but we'll give possession away. Look at this from City. We just need to keep our shape. Just keep the shape. They can do this all they want. It's not going to get them goals. What will get them goals is crosses into the box and try to ask our centre-backs questions. But if they want to do this all day, I'm happy to do this all day. By the way, this is going to be a defensive masterclass for anyone struggling to defend on Legendary or Ultimate. Just keep the shape. Try not to move your centre-backs. Excellent there, Walterberger. All you have to do is keep the shape, don't leave your centre-backs. They can pass the ball all they want. If they don't have a player like Haaland to make that run in behind the defence, it's Buckley. We've been so good defensively in this first half, you know. Harry Pickering, I was trying to go over the top there to Tyrese Dolan, who's stretching the Manchester City's back four. We've got bodies on the box, but I'm not going to cross. I'm scared of injuries myself. Altberger. Oh, my God. He's almost done it again. He done it in the second leg against City in the league. He's almost found the top corner there. But that's it for the first half. We are in the game. It's positive right now. We're defending quite well. Yes, City have dominated all the possession, but we are in it. Gundogan, I think I said in the last game that, in my opinion, Gundogan is not the player he was back when he was at City before he left to Barcelona. I don't know if it's age or the Spanish league have slowed him down, but in terms of, by the way, that's not talked about enough. He was a physical specimen, by the way, box to box, scoring a lot of goals, but he's almost sort of lost a yard of pace. No way. No way. Paul Warner has been sent off for Manchester City. No way. That is soft, man. Who's that referee? That is soft. I never thought that was a penalty in a million years. A red card. I never thought that was a red card, man. I really never thought that was a red card. That's unlucky for City, though. But we still have to do what we have been doing all through the game. We had a man advantage against West Ham, if you can remember, in the league. We lost that game. So we have to be really careful here because City are a much better team than West Ham. Gundogan have been taken off there talking about him. I think it was Bernardo Silva coming on to replace Gundogan there. I'm not exactly sure what substitution they made there. You can cross all you want. I've got two centre-backs, Koulibaly and Jaden Carter, that are capable, much capable of defending those crosses. Out wide, Travis. Come on, let's go, son. Pickering. A lot of space there to get into. It's Travis again. I feel we can win this game, you know. I honestly feel we can win this game the way it's going right now. We have to keep doing what we're doing defensively. Phil Foden, he's the only danger for them here that I can see right now. He scored a lot of goals against us in the past. As he drives forward here, oh no, Memphis Depay trying to go a long way there, but never troubling the goalkeeper. I don't want to take Tyrese Dolan off just yet. Okay, Bernardo Silva coming on to replace Memphis Depay. Pep want to shore up the midfield. Whittaker, Leonard replacing Dolan and Nene. I didn't want to make that change for Tyrese Dolan. And it's getting gassed. He's covered a lot of ground in this game, making those runs behind the defense, going out wide a lot as well. He's done what I wanted him to do, though. That's what I asked my forward line to do in this game, just to stretch the City defense. So he's done that. He's done his job. And the likes of Whittaker and Harry Leonard will take over. No, we can't concede now. 2 minutes to go. Oh, Koulibaly done enough to cover the space the first time, but he was turned. Good shot there from Bernardo Silva. It was saved by Bazunu, and we've got a chance here on the break. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Over the top. No, he's found him down. Over the top. Is he gonna get there? Yes. Buckley. John Buckley has won it for us. Oh my God. Last kick of the game. I told you, I feel like we can win this game. I feel like we have been in the game for such a long time. City having the chance on one end. On the other end, we win possession back from a good save from our goalkeeper on the break. Leonard over the top to John Buckley. He takes the touch well. Oh, what a finish, son. And we are going to be winning the FA Cup. Unless something magical happens for Manchester City here, that they somehow take a goal kick and just hit the ball from the halfway line and score. If that doesn't happen, we are almost guaranteed to be the FA Cup champions here. Wow, I can't believe it. I've got to say, City getting a man sent off have absolutely helped us in this game. But what a game, man. What a finish to the game as well. We defended as much as we could. we didn't give them any sniff, to be honest, other than the last couple of minutes there. Bernardo Silva having that chance one-on-one with the goalkeeper, but not really one-on-one, but he should have done much better there. But good save from Bazunu in goal. I can't believe it, you know. I am absolutely speechless right now. At the start of the season, I wanted to have a cup run, but I didn't want to do it in the Carabao Cup. I wanted to do it in the FA Cup. The draw, I've got to say, was favourable to us. I think it was Bradford City, Hull City, and then we faced Swansea City, Ipswich Town, decent side, but that was the semi-finals. The only decent team that we faced leading into the finals was Tottenham, which we did manage to get the better of them. But once again, that stupid glitch at the start. We're lifting the Premier League title, even if we've just won the FA Cup. It's so unfortunate to see this sort of errors from the game, man. The amount of money we paid for this game, they should be doing so much better. They can't. These are easy things to fix on the game. We're not asking them to make it as, you know, detailed as your football manager or anything like that. Just get rid of ridiculous glitches like that. But anyway, enough about that. Fantastic victory here for us. And the boys are going to celebrate it, of course. FA Cup winners, here you go. And I'm absolutely buzzing, you know. I am so happy right now. I can't believe what we've achieved in the first season of the Premier League with this team. Chelsea, they're winning the Europa League, by the way, 3-1 victory against Club Brugge. And Cole Palmer, it looks like, he's got himself a hat-trick in that game. He's cold, isn't he? He's cold. 2 games to focus on now. I mean, we've gone past the, oh my God, most of our youth academy players are unsettled right now. Evan is unsettled, Russell is unsettled, and Marchand is unsettled as well. So 3 players all unsettled there. I'll probably end up promoting all 3 of them into the first team. I was going to say, we have celebrated winning the FA Cup right now. I think I asked in the last episode, would you rather win the FA Cup or qualify for the top 4? And honestly, I think winning a trophy for a football club like Blackburn Rovers is the most important thing. But now that we have done that, we've got 2 games to focus on here to secure top 4. Evan is one of those 65 rated centre defensive midfielder. Is he going to make it? We're promoting a lot of players right now into the first team. I mean, I do hope 1, 2, or 3 of those would end up becoming regular starters for us as the seasons progresses. Whilst it's very unlikely, that's what I hope we can achieve in the next few seasons. A lot of them we would end up selling them, of course. Let's not forget we still have that board's objective. They want us to make £10 million in 2 seasons from youth academy player sales. I think we are halfway there at the moment, and in the next season we should be able to achieve that. But Marchand is the other one that wanted to be promoted as well. I'll promote him to the first team. And we have got Isaac Russell, who is a left midfielder and looking to be promoted. 79 to 85 potential, 68 rated is good. Is he going to be good enough to make it in our first team? Only time will tell. But let's take a look at the Premier League table here very quickly, just before we go into our next game. I still struggle to navigate through this menus, you know. But here we go. Arsenal still second. Oh, Newcastle. I've played that game against Arsenal. It looks like, and Arsenal have got the victory against them, which means even if we lose this game, our next game against Arsenal, we're still going to be Manchester United have lost as well. So the 2 teams behind us going for that top 4, fighting for that top 4 with ourselves, they have lost their games, which means it doesn't matter what happens to the Arsenal result, we will still remain in the top 4 going into the final game of the season, which we do face Chelsea. Let's take a look. Newcastle face Crystal Palace, and Manchester United, of course, they are away from home against Sheffield United. You would think they would win that game. That means if we can get a point here and maybe a point in our next game, we will secure top 4. Even better, if we win one of those games in our final 2 games, we will secure top 4 as well.
It's only a few stadiums in the game that they show the outskirts of the stadium, like the building of the stadium, isn't it? I've seen it with the Emirates. I've seen it with the City Stadium, the Etihad. I've seen it with Old Trafford. But other than those teams, the only other teams I've seen it happen is Brentford. If someone can let me know if they've had any other experience where they show the outskirts of the stadium, I kind of like that. I wish, or I hope they would show it for every team just to see. For some people don't know what the stadium looks like. I know you can Google it and get pictures or photos of the stadium, but putting it in the game, it would be a nice touch from EA, I've got to say. But of course, it will never happen. I guess it might cost them a few more bucks to be able to add that in the game because they'll have to do the scanning and everything like that. To be honest, that's not what makes the game better. What makes the game better is, not getting situations where you win a Premier League, you're celebrating with the FA Cup, or in our case, you win the FA Cup, and for some reason, they're giving you the Premier League title. Navigating through the menus it's been a nightmare this year, man. I'm still getting used to it. I don't know why they changed it. Well, I don't mind the change. It's the fact that they've changed it to be a lot more complicated than it needs to be. But Arsenal, they're moving the ball around quite well here. Ben White, good start here. Openda, who's been dragged out to that left wing position, crossed into the box, dealt with, or the right wing position, I should say. Sambi Lokonga, for some reason, is still at Arsenal here. Oh, no. Oh, what a save. That was a big chance for, I believe that's Williams, isn't he? I don't think it's Inaki Williams. I think it's his younger brother. What's his name again? I can't remember his first name. But he was absolutely fantastic in the World Cup. Walter Berger making a big mistake there. For who else? Koulibaly with his pace and to bail him out of jail there. Scarlett Britain. Oh, the pass was not there, son. Over the top next time. We're still in our FA Cup hangover here. The boys have gone out to celebrate. And we're still recovering from that here. Over the top. Is he onside? Oh my God. Referee. Come on. I've said a couple of times now that stupid thing in the game when they have control of the ball, but for a split second they give up control of the ball. Look at this again. They give up control of the ball and just badge your player away there without focusing on the ball. That is a free kick. I'm sure in real life referees would give it as a free kick. The issue is you don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it when I'm in position or in possession with my own player. But for some reason, conceding a goal like that, man, it always pisses me off. John Buckley is injured as well. I'm hoping it's nothing too serious that he can run that one off. This would be a good battle here. Koulibaly and Openda trying not to get too close. He's found Gabriel Jesus in the box. Oh, Williams, Arsenal has made it to Sambi Lokonga with the assist there. They are a good team, Probably the team that I've got to say, the team that have cost us the most sort of problems when we have come up against them. They've got pace everywhere, and I tell you what, although pace is not the main thing in the game, it causes a lot of troubles. We've been awful, man. We've started the second half exactly how we finished the first here. We're definitely hungover from that game where Crystal Palace have taken the lead against Newcastle here. That's a big result for us, because if Newcastle should drop points or if they should lose this game, we might not even need to win our last game of the season. Walter Berger is usually so good for us, but I've got to say, even him have struggled in this game defensively. As Daniel out wide, we need support, son. Come on, if we get a goal here, who knows? Oh, that's a good ball over the top from Todd Cantwell to Harry Leonard. Yes, it's good to have you back from injury, son. He hasn't played much game. He hasn't really seen the best of him ever since his comeback from that injury. But that would do, son, just when we need it. We turn this game around, man. We've got the goal that we needed, trying to go over the top again. It worked for that first goal. Ezri Konza, though, well defended. That Lemoyne, the other Arsenal centre-back, he's really good. He's a region of someone I'm not quite sure yet, but he's really, really good for them. A couple of times that we have faced Arsenal, oh my God, what a finish. What a finish, son. It's Openda with his second goal of the game, I believe. What a finish. He's a good player, I said this, I'm not sure if it's in the first or second season when we faced Arsenal. It must have been the second season, isn't it? I don't think we faced Arsenal in the first season because we were in the championship. But the first game in the league against Arsenal, I mentioned that lad, whoever gets him out of RB Leipzig, is signing a fantastic player. Crunching tackle there, man. But the referee sees nothing wrong with that. To be honest, I don't see anything wrong with that tackle either. But yeah, whoever gets that lad off away from Leipzig is getting themselves a really good striker. He's quick. His finishing ability is top notch as well as Arsenal go for the fourth here. Oh, Koulibaly, probably the only player that have been good for us in this game. The rest of the team have struggled out. Harry Leonard scored a goal, but other than the goal, in terms of another save, other than the goal, in terms of his in-game play, how he's played in the game, I like to judge a player by how they play rather than the goals they score. I like to watch football rather than watch highlights of goals scored. You know a good player from watching 90 minutes of football, not just from a moment of highlight or a moment of brilliance. But the shot there has been blocked. Can we get the second just to make this a more respectable result? Come on, make the run, Dolan, son. Make the run and I'll find you. Okay, 10. Yes, he's 10. Tyrese Dolan. Yes, we've pulled one back. Come on, 6 minutes to go here. Can we get a point at the Emirates? I almost said Anfield there for a second, but just when we needed that second goal, Tyrese Dolan steps up and he's got the second here for us. Can we do it though? Can we turn this around, boys? Come on. There's Williams. Excellent defending. Carter has finally woken up. Costello, this could be our last. Oh no, over the top. That was the last sort of phase of play to try and create one more opportunity in this game. Oh, we've messed it up there, Callum Britton, son. I wanted it to go over the top. Well defended. Carter, it's well defended. And he gave the ball straight back to them. We're not going to have time now. But Zunu have been decent in the second half as well. He's made some important saves to keep us and to keep the scoreline close as possible here. We're not going to have any time. The referees ended the game. And that means if Newcastle have somehow turned this around, or if Manchester United have won their game, we would need a win in our final game of the season against Chelsea to be able to secure top four and potentially Champions League place for next season. We were too carried away celebrating from the previous game, and we got punished here against a good Arsenal team.
Do we need to win our last game to qualify for Champions League? I do know that Newcastle were losing to Crystal Palace at the time our game against Arsenal was going on. So let's find out, do we need to win our last game to get Champions League qualification? And the answer is no, because Newcastle have lost, and so is Manchester United. By the looks of things, Manchester United, oh wow, they only picked up a point away from home against relegated Sheffield United. Let's not forget, we had a tough game against Sheffield United as well when we faced them towards the back end of the last episode. Incredible that they can only pick up a point at Sheffield United, which means we don't have to do anything now, and we have got that Champions League qualification. The two teams behind us, they have done us a favor. They've done the job for us, and it doesn't matter the outcome of our game against Chelsea. We will finish in that fourth position this season. That is just incredible, man. That is incredible that we, at the start of the season, we were thinking about, oh my God, are we going to stay up this season? It's going to be difficult. We got into the top half, we got into the top 7, we got into the top 6, and we started thinking top 10 finish would be perfect for us. And somehow we have made it into the Champions League places. I'm going to rotate the hell out of that team for our final game against Chelsea. See what some of those youth academy players that we have just promoted, what they're all about. It's a tough game for them going into Chelsea. Probably will end up getting battered, but does it matter? It doesn't, because at the end of the day, we will be playing Champions League football next season, and it looks like Liverpool have won the league as well and finishing on 80 points there. Arsenal finishing second. It was important that Arsenal got that win against us, but even at that, the goal difference would have still been a little bit too much for them to go on to win the league. But yeah, good to see the Reds, good to see the Scousers winning. I'm a Liverpool fan, of course. If we're not winning the league, the only other team that I want to see win the league is Liverpool. But I'll sort out a team and we will go into this one against Chelsea. Expected is a heavily rotated side here going into this game against Chelsea. Some of these players would be their last game for Blackburn Rovers. The likes of the left-sided centre-back, Scott Wharton, who is handed in a transfer request, by the way. 70 rated centre-back is not going to get much better. This would definitely be his last game. Jamal Lewis as well, possibly his last game. We've got Travis in midfield. I do want to keep him for one more season, but again, this could possibly be his last game. Mata Gay up front could possibly be his last game. Piers in goal for us, he could possibly be his last game. But yeah, we are in front of the home fans. We have qualified for the Champions League. There's nothing to play for in this game. Irving starts in midfield as well, 65 rated. He's a CDM, by the way, so I don't understand why it's showing as a -3 for him in a centre defensive midfield position. If someone can explain what is going on regarding this, because we see exactly the same thing with Walter Berger as well. He's a CDM, but for some reason we get that exclamation mark, when he's playing in that position. But Nene and Tyrese Dolan, of course, two of our top goal scorers this season. If they can add to their tally, which is one of the reasons I've started both players here, if they can add to their tallies, perfect. If this is Travis's last game for us, by the way, what a way to bow out. Scoring the semi-finals goals in the FA Cup at Wembley in front of the fans, a goal that took your team to the finals of the FA Cup, keeping a clean sheet in the finals of the FA Cup and lifting the FA Cup trophy in front of the fans as well. Would it be safe to say he will be considered a legend of Blackburn Rovers? I don't think so. I don't think he's done enough. I don't think he's done enough in the Blackburn Rovers squad right now. Good player, but he's not done enough. And the fact that it's not a Premier League trophy, although it's a big trophy to win the FA Cup. It's not a Premier League trophy, and he's not done it consistently for Blackburn Rovers. So if you be calling the likes of Alan Shearer a legend, if you will, I don't think you would put Travis in the same sort of category. But it's been one thing I can say though is it's really been important for us. Oh, Tyrese Dolan, what a save! I'm not even taking this game seriously, man. I'd love to win, but for me, the most important thing to take away from this game, I want to see how some of those youth academy players, the likes of Irving, who started this game, and a few of them as well, the likes of Leconte, who will come off the bench. I want to see how they perform, but he's offside there, and that would have been it's so close as well. It would have been a good goal with Jackson there teeing up. I believe it was Cole Palmer that made that run into the box. That Neil Irving to Max Gay, another player who could be playing his last game here. He's scored some important goals for us this season. He's got some crucial assists as well. Not played as many games as you'd expect. And Irving doing the right thing there to win the ball back. But again, just following the ball out of play, which I didn't anticipate or I didn't want to do. But we've got a corner here to defend. Cross into the box. No! That is such a jammy finish as well from Fikayo Tomori. That's such a jammy finish, isn't it? From Chelsea, he joined AC Milan and back to Chelsea in the game, which is good to see. Bringing back the former player. He's a good player as well.
He's a really good player, Fikayo Tomori. Jamie goal though, Jamie goal. He should not be scoring from that position with his left foot, especially the way he hit the ball as well. He didn't feel like it was gonna go in, but Piers in goal could not make that save. Got a mountain to climb here if we're gonna win the game. It's Evan 10, space to run into. He looks composed, I've got to say. The composure is really good, and he could get himself an assist here. The youth academy graduate have got himself an assist here. Tyrese Dolan, one of the reasons we played him in this game is so we can get his goal tally up a little bit if we could. There's Lewis. Out wide to Neil. Good ball again. Back to Gay. He's managed to turn his man. Good strength as well. He's shown there. It's a save from the Chelsea goalkeeper from 1-0 down. We've almost turned the game around here. We know we don't need a result here. Winning this game, it doesn't make any difference. Yes, it means we will get more points in the Premier League season, but it doesn't make any difference to where we finish. Scovolson, we know he's got pace. Is he playing left wing back or right wing back for Chelsea? Oh, he smashed the post. I don't know if he's playing as a winger or as a wing back in this game. It looks like Chelsea might be playing they're playing a 4 at the back formation. There's Altara, the left back. It's Lavia, who I do like. I think he's a really good player for them. Signed from Southampton. A lot of teams were chasing him at the time, including Liverpool. Chelsea spent the big bucks to sign him together with Moise Caicedo in midfield. Oh, that's just too easy. That's just too easy, man. Scott Wharton. This is why we don't play him. He was never getting away if that was Koulibaly. He was never going to get away there. That's a poor goal to concede, man. Partly my fault, to be honest. Partly the sort of defenders you've got. If the defenders are slow and you're coming up against quick players like that, once they're 10, you're just not going to get close to them, are you? Travis giving the ball away there. There's Palmer on the attack. Chelsea going for the third. It wouldn't make any difference to where both teams finish, I believe. Whether Chelsea win this game or not, they will still finish 9th in the Premier League. Whether we win the game or not, we will still finish 4th in the Premier League. As Cole Palmer gets the goal he deserves. He's hit the posts, I believe, earlier on. And he was played in by Nicholas Jackson as well. But Jackson was offside for that one. Hence, he didn't have the opportunity to test the goalkeeper. But I said before, he's cold. He's never going to miss this sort of chances. One of the best players in the Premier League right now. Can he do it for a few seasons, though, is a question. Substitutions. Yeah, bringing up some of the other youth academy players. Look at him. He's so young. Marchant, isn't he? Is it Marchant or Marchant is called, the French lad? He looks like a baby. He's just got that typical baby face, hasn't he? Roussel as well, the other player. And Marchand is called. Roussel, the other player coming on. A few French lads coming on here in the second half. The likes of Buckley being taken off. And the likes of Max Gay as well with Tuchel here. But let's see. They've got 20 minutes to try and, what's his name? Evan got an assist in the first half. The likes of Roussel and Marchand that have come up, they've got 20 minutes here to try and show me what they're all about. Good save. Chelsea coming close to make it 4, but they have got a corner. They have been quite good from corners in this game. Lavia has been taken off. Caicedo replacing him. It's crazy to think Chelsea's midfield cost over 300 million pounds to assemble that midfield, and when you watch them, they don't look like a 300 midfield, does it? It doesn't quite feel like a 300 pounds midfield. Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo Fernandez. You've got Cole Palmer in there as well. Oh, what a goal! What a goal that was! Good header. I'm not sure who that was. It's Tomori again, getting a brace in this game. Tell you what, he's not going to get too many games in his career where he gets to score a brace as a centre-back. But he's done it in this game. I said the first goal he should never have scored. I don't think it was fair. The way he hit the ball, the trajectory of the shot, it should never have gone in. But yeah, the second one, the header, bullet header, it was much better though. Give him credit for that one. Buckley with a 10. Conte trying to create some room here. Roussel out wide to Neil. Can he find Moshon out wide? Yes. Oh, he's played a good ball to him. Unbelievable. The youth academy graduate and Moshon. I think all the substitution combined there. It started from Leconte from that left hand side into midfield to the likes of Roussel to Daniel, and of course Daniel has played that fantastic pass to him just in between the defenders. He made a good run. He made a clever run. And he's got a goal there to show for himself on his debut, Moshon. Remember the name? Scoring against Chelsea here on our final game of the season. The goal is not going to make a difference. I said at the start that the main objective here is to take a look at one or two of these academy players, and we've saw what the likes of Crawford could do at the start of the season. He's gone out on loan, but the likes of Ervin getting an assist here, Moshon getting a goal as well. It's a good game from ourselves, but of course we've lost the game. That's the most important thing. But yeah.
Well, the Athletics news article here seems to suggest Blackburn Rovers are now worth £146 million, which is good to see. Good job what we have done here so far at this football club. Back to the Premier League, winning the FA Cup, Champions League qualifications, a few players getting into that team of the season. Oh, look at that. That is interesting. I thought that was the team of the week for a second, but our two centre-backs get into the team of the season. Tyrese Dolan as well gets in there in that left midfield position together with the likes of Rico Henry, Trent, Phil Foden, Fulkrug, and Openda from Arsenal. Bruno Fernandes in midfield with Frankie de Jong. And they have got Liverpool's Mamadashvili in goal, it's absolutely fantastic goalkeeper, isn't he? Joining Liverpool at the start of next season, of course. It's good. It'll be interesting to see what Liverpool go on to do with Alisson, who is, of course, one of the best goalkeepers in the world right now. But over the last sort of few seasons, is picking up more and more injuries. I'll think they'll probably let Alisson go to the Saudi League and make about £50 million or so from selling him. And it's going to be Mamadashvili and Kelleher fighting for the top two spots or the number one spots at Liverpool next season. That's what I think would happen. But of course, I could be completely wrong. Let's take a look then. The final league table standing here, as every team is now officially played 38 games. Liverpool have won the league. We know that. Arsenal finishing second, Manchester City in third, and we have finished fourth. And you've got Manchester United and Newcastle qualifying for the Europa League there, I believe. And Aston Villa, West Ham potentially would play the Conference League next season. Chelsea finishing ninth, Brighton in 10th. You have got Leicester City have done quite well this season, finishing 14th. But the bottom three, it would be Sheffield United, Nottingham Forest, and Luton Town officially relegated. Bournemouth for 6 points clear of that, which is good for them, I suppose. Bournemouth would remain in the Premier League next season. FA Cup, of course, we know we're the FA Cup winners. 1-0 victory. What a game that was. Talk about defensive masterclass. I think we saw that in that finals against Manchester City. Carabao Cup winners, it was Manchester City. The Super Cup winners, it was Bayern Munich. Champions League winners, it's not the final, it's not been played yet, but it's going to be between Dortmund and Barcelona. Europa League, Chelsea winners, Cole Palmer scoring a hat-trick there. We know about that already. And Marseille, a 2-1 victory there over FC Twente, the Dutch side. In the Conference League finals. Let's take a look at some of the other leagues then. And maybe I might need to sim a few days in advance before we can take a look at some of those other leagues, just to make sure they've all concluded their season. Wow, Borussia Dortmund are Champions League winners. Finally, 1-0 victory against Barcelona. I do like what the football club stand for, by the way. Signing young players, developing those young players, selling them for a lot of money, and yet remaining competitive both in the Bundesliga. I know they don't win the trophy, they don't win the Bundesliga, but they remain competitive and they do so in the Champions League as well. So for that reason, I do like what the football club stand for, and it's good to see them win the Champions League as well. They have been to the finals a few times, haven't they, Dortmund? But I've got to say they're so unlucky against Real Madrid in the last year's Champions League finals in real life. I thought they dominated that first half. They could have run away with the title in the first half, but of course, you give a team like Real Madrid a chance, they will come back and punish you in the second half. But let's take a look. Some of the other divisions here, the Championship, you've got Leeds United winners, Burnley, Ipswich Town, or Burnley getting the other automatic promotion. Ipswich, Norwich, Wolves, and West Brom will battle it out in the playoffs places. I would like to see Ipswich Town back to the Premier League. Let's take a look. League One, Bolton winners, Plymouth Argyle back to the Championship when Rooney's Plymouth, that is. Huddersfield, Peterborough, Oxford, and Portsmouth through the playoffs as well. League Two, Leyton Orient and Port Vale automatic, and Bradford as well, automatic promotion there for all three teams. Let's take a look. The French League, or should we start from the Bundesliga? I should say Bayern Munich, as you'd expect, champions. Leverkusen, Dortmund, and Leipzig getting the other Champions League places, and Hoffenheim and Wolfsburg would qualify for the Europa League as well. The Italian League, Juventus winner, Roma finishing second, a team struggling in real life right now. After sacking Jose Mourinho, of course, they went on to bring in, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but a former player of Roma going on to get the managerial role for a short term, getting sacked. His replacement have only been sacked recently as well. And I believe Claudio Ranieri going on to get that job now. Let's see how he does. He's getting on now, isn't he? 72 or 73 years of age, Claudio Ranieri. But here he is again at another job. The Eredivisie, the Dutch League, PSV champions. Oh, wow. Ajax finishing second. Feyenoord would finish third. And FC 20, the Conference League finalist, finishing fourth there in that division. Where is the Scottish League? Where's the French League? I might have missed that one up. Oh, wow. Rangers, winners of the Scottish League. Celtic finishing second. You've got Hearts. I think this might be the first phase of it. They go on to the playoffs, don't they? I'm not quite sure if this is not it's not the final table. They will then go on to a playoffs. But oh wow, Rangers are at least 11 points clear of Celtic there. But where is the French League? I would like to see the French League. It will definitely be PSG like, but Atletico Madrid, some shock winners this season, man. Atletico Madrid winning the Spanish League, Barcelona in second, Real Madrid only managing to finish third, Villarreal finishing fourth as well in that division. Here we go, the League A. You've got PSG winners. Oh my God, look at the gap, man. 89 point PSG, and Olympique Lyon finishing second there, Monaco and Lille completing the top four. League going on to win the Premier League Golden Boot with 20 goals. Nicholas Füllkrug, 18. Erling Haaland with 18 goals as well. I think I might have said just before the FA Cup finals. I did check because the last couple of times we faced them, there was no Erling Haaland in that team, but he did suffer an Achilles tendon rupture. Terrible injury for him, which would have put him out for at least 6 months. I don't think he'll be ready for City for the start of the next season either, which terrible for him. But 18 goals for not playing pretty much the last 3-4 months of the season is incredible. That he's still 2 goals behind the top scorer. He would have absolutely destroyed it if he was fit for most part of the season. But Openda, you've got Phil Foden taking up the mantle there as well, with Haaland being injured, 17 goals. Doucouré with 16 goals. Isaac Nunes with 16 for both, and Bruno Fernandes with 15, Marino with 15, Gyökeres, Heung-min Son. I think Tottenham have sold him. Top goal scorer for us this season, it was Nene with 14 goals in our competition, 12 goals and 5 assists in the Premier League. Tyrese Dolan, 13 goals and 9 assists, which would make him our top scorer in the Premier League. 9 assists as well. Oh, wow. How many goals is that? 22 goal contribution in the Premier League season. Definitely up there as one of our best players this season. You've got Harry Leonard, although injured for about 3 months combined, and he's dropped down by -1 as well, which it's a shame to see. He's a player that I do believe is got a lot more to offer. He's done a lot for us in the last couple of seasons, but this season hasn't been fair to him in terms of injuries. We've got Todd Cantwell with 5 goals and 7 assists, Gilson in with 4 goals and 2 assists on loan at Sheffield United, played against us a couple of times. 4 goals and 5 assists for Buckley, 4 goals and 8 assists for Whittaker. And you have got Daniel with 2 goals, 7 assists. Travis ended up playing 39 games for us, a player that I did not think would feature a lot. I mean, his most important contribution would have been the absolute stunner he scored against Ipswich Town to take us to the FA Cup finals, which we then went on to win. I mean, he played a big part in us winning the FA Cup, isn't he? It's a shame we might not see him at Blackburn Rovers for too long. But Carter got a goal, and Gay 1 goal and 5 assists in our competition. You've got Marchand on his debut against Chelsea. He scored a goal as well. Koulibaly, I think, probably our most important defender this season, is only going to get better as well. The question going into next season is, are we going to be replacing Carter in our back four? But in terms of our most valuable player at the end of the season, it's now officially Daniel, £18 million there. Morgan Whittaker, £18 million valued as well. And Tyrese Dolan, not far away, £17 million. Koulibaly, considering we signed him for less than £5 million, he's now worth £17 million. And this is what you like to see. Signing young players, make them better. And who knows, he might end up spending the rest of his career at Blackburn Rovers. But let's take a look at the squad one last time before we end the season. Bazunu, of course, so important for us. He's now officially our first player to get to that 80 rated. The likes of Whittaker not far away as well. Whittaker, who is 79 rated, I believe. Where are you? 79 rated Whittaker, not far away. Todd Cantwell is 77 rated. I mean, to play Champions League football next season, we definitely will have to improve a lot. We will have to improve a lot for Champions League football next season. But I tell you what, we will have the budget to do it. So let me know where we should be strengthening in this team and going into the next season, and smash a like on the video if you have enjoyed this one, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.